Hi friends, welcome back. Guess the Drip. I'm your host, David Crosby, and we are gonna guess this coffee right here. And our guest is none other than ER doctor, home coffee enthusiast, Justin Wong, and you're gonna take us on a trip to wherever this coffee's from.
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay, buddy, tell me a bit about how you got into specialty coffee, because you have quite the home setup that I'd love to hear about too.
So I started getting into coffee after one day just messaging Cole, kind of out of the blue.
Okay.
And growing up with Cole, I literally messaged him and be like, Cole, I want to get into espresso.
Okay.
What's my next steps?
Oh no. Down the rabbit hole.
Down the rabbit hole I went. And long and short is he sent me a bunch of different options for machines.
Okay.
And I was kind of like, I just need a Corolla version. I don't need the Ferrari right off the start.
Okay.
And that's how I got into espresso.
And so how does coffee work your way into your life? You're a doctor. And where is the crossover of like being a doctor, drinking coffee, you're in the ER. I can only imagine what you see on a daily basis.
So yeah, obviously it was just part of a routine to help get awake sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
But for me, it's evolved to more than that. Probably just being a natural nerd. It's I come to appreciate some of the science of coffee as well.
Okay.
And I guess the way it just works into my life is just being just a part of my routine, and not necessarily to wake me up as much anymore, but just something I really enjoy, and just another
kind of a ritual.
Yeah, a ritual is a perfect word.
Okay, we got my brew, your brew. We're gonna break down a few things. So we got aroma, we're gonna do flavors, what country the coffee's from, varietal, and processing method.
All right.
It's easy. Easy work for a doctor.
Oh, God.
All in the day's work. So why don't you give us a little first impression of the smell?
All right.
We need 2 aromas, but let's see what you got.
Initial thought was raspberry.
Raspberry.
It's very tea-like as well.
Okay, so we got raspberry is your first submission.
Yeah.
Second submission. What else are you pulling out of there?
It's definitely very sweet smelling as well.
Yep. Maybe
some maybe honey-like.
Honey.
Let's go with raspberry and honey.
Survey says you selected honey and honey. And honey is correct.
Woo!
Nice, buddy. You had raspberry, so a little more like it's a sweet fruit.
Okay.
Lots of like red tones kind of smelling.
Yeah.
Bag says orange blossom. I'm sorry.
Orange blossom.
Orange blossom. Okay, let's taste this.
All right.
We got these micro cups here. Okay, cheers, buddy. Thanks for joining me.
Let's try this out.
Okay.
I'm getting some orange blossom.
Yes. Yeah. Let's go back to the.
It just needs to cool, Dave.
Yeah. I didn't get enough time with it. Orange blossom.
Definitely get some lime with that.
Okay.
I would say that it actually tastes more orange-like rather than aroma for me.
Yeah.
I went, even like almost like orange juice kind of quality. Like
Okay.
Just that juiciness.
Yeah. Lots of like orange notes. We got 4 flavor calls we got to submit here.
Okay. So with flavor calls here, I'm getting that lime right off the top here.
Okay, we got lime.
And in terms of orange, I'm getting like a orange peel.
Orange peel, okay, yeah.
Bergamot.
Bergamot.
And I'm getting a bit of a toffee finish.
Toffee.
Final answer.
Final answer, orange peel, lime, bergamot, toffee. Survey says orange peel, and that is correct. Nice job. Let's go.
I'm happy with just one, so.
Chalk another one up, lime.
All right.
Lime is on the card. You said bergamot. Survey says peach. I'm sorry. And then your last one was toffee. Card says marzipan. We got to go to a country.
This is where it's going to all fall apart, though.
No, this is where it's only going to pick up.
Let's go with Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. Okay, so you're selecting Ethiopia. Why do you think Ethiopia?
Yeah, I would say that probably the orange and the lime really stuck out to me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And so tasting maybe like a coffee from Africa.
Yep.
and then you're kind of throwing a dart at the wall, and it happens to land in Ethiopia.
Yep.
And Ethiopia is correct. Wow. Doctor knows his patient. This one's going to be tough. We got to go to a farm.
Ooh.
If you can name any farm in Ethiopia, I'm giving you a half a point at the minimum.
This one's gonna be an auto forfeit for me, Dave.
This is from a farm called Gesha Village. This coffee's been on our menu over the years. Amazing farm, very, very large farm in Ethiopia. They do an amazing job. We gotta pick a varietal.
Based on your farm name, would this be maybe a Gesha as a varietal?
Final answer for varietal?
Let's go with that one.
Gesha, it is. Nice. We're going to the processing method.
Okay.
We have a few different there's lots of processing,
Yep.
but we got two big ones. Can you name the two big ones?
So you have washed,
Okay.
and then you would have natural.
Awesome. Okay. Technically, there's maybe one kind of in the middle, in between the two.
Okay. I'm not sure this one actually.
So this coffee is a honey process.
Okay.
So they remove some of the cherry,
Yeah.
and then there's mucilage around it, and
Okay.
that is usually dried on beds, and it's quite sticky. You had a tough one, man. We're tallying everything up. You did a great job on the aroma and tasting notes. It was a little bit tougher on the back end. You got the country, Ethiopia. Got the varietal, Gesha. Great job. You scored 5 out of 10. You tied the Canadian Barista Champion of 2024, Nelson Fu. So I think that's a great score,
We'll go with that.
and I appreciate you coming on.
50%, all you need to pass med school.
Thanks for joining us. If you need an ER doctor, home brewer extraordinaire, or someone to make espresso, Justin's your man. We're signing off. Go have a coffee. Cheers.